Welcome back to the channel. This is the Sony PlayStation Portable 1001. Believe it or not, this is a North American version. 1000 is the JP version. Then we have 1003 and 4. 1004 being the European one. Anyway, it is the first OG original Sony PlayStation Portable that I just bought from eBay. Believe it or not, and it's in a very good condition. You might want to check the video that I released on this PSP. It's absolutely gorgeous, and as you can see, it is running the stock firmware 6.61. So in this video, I am going to hook it up to my PC and I'm going to install ARK-4 custom firmware for the PlayStation Portable and for PS Vita. First things first, why ARK-4? Well, this is the new, updated and improved modern custom firmware. And by the way, believe it or not, this is right now the only solution that can get you where you want to be if you want to be able to do more stuff with your PSP. This is the successor of the Pro and Me firmware, and this is also right now by far the most complete solution. So this thing will have the latest Inferno 2 ISO drivers. It can play PS1 games with the popcorn controller and also utilizes a new CIPL that will allow a permanent custom firmware installation with brick protection, which is kind of cool if you're into modding. So there are a lot of nice things such as custom themes and launchers. ARK-4 is also updatable over the air, and believe it or not, but it's going to enable WPA2 support for your PSP. What does this mean in layman's terms? Well, you might at the end connect your PSP to your home Wi-Fi. Just use this as any regular smart device in 2026. So I have connected it to my PC via the USB cable, and now let's copy some files. So in the left window here, I have the ARK-4 files already unzipped, and on the right, I do have my Sony PlayStation Portable connected to my PC. And by the way, yeah, I just formatted the card, so there is nothing there. The first thing we need to do is go inside the PSP folder and then go inside Save Data. Then go back where the ARK-4 files are and just select the ARK_01234 folder. Click the right mouse button, copy it and paste it on your PSP. This is the first step. We need to make sure that the ARK_01234 folder is inside the PSP save data. Now go back on your PSP and enter the game folder. Here we need to copy more stuff. So now go back to the ARK-4 files and folders and select the ARK_loader. Right mouse button, copy and paste it inside the PSP game folder. And because I want to make the ARK-4 firmware permanent on my Sony PSP, I need to copy some more stuff. So now go back to the ARK-4 files and folders and enter the PSP directory. Inside, we're going to select the ARK CIPL. Then I'm going to select the ARK full installer and then press the right mouse button, copy and paste them on your PSP. Remember, they should go here in the PSP game folder. So you should end up with having the ARK_01234 inside the PSP save data, and then ARK CIPL, the full installer, and the ARK loader into the PSP game folder. Fun fact, you can go back on the root of your PSP folder and go back where your ARK folder and files are and select the themes. Right click, copy and just paste the themes here in the root of your PSP, because that themes is really what it is. You can later on use more themes with the custom ARK-4 firmware. So now I'm back on my PSP and I'm going to hit the back button to disconnect the PSP from my computer. And now I'm going to navigate here to my memory stick under games. What is important to see is, if all the files are here. Here you should have the ARK-4 loader, then the ARK-4 full installer and the CIPL flusher. Now the first thing we need to do here is just run the ARK-4 loader as if you're running a normal game. Alright, I'm just selecting the X button and now hopefully the PSP will restart and I should have already access to ARK-4 firmware, but pay attention, it's not going to be permanent. So right now what the ARK-4 is doing, it is running an exploit and is actually, yeah, just giving you that freedom. Okay, you see, I'm already here. So how do we confirm if we have success? Let's go back inside the system settings and check the system information, and you can see that I'm using 6.61 ARK-4 Live. At this point of time, you already have access to a custom firmware, and if you don't really want to make this permanent, you might as well want to leave it like this, but then this will mean that every time you want to start your ARK-4 custom firmware, you need to start the ARK-4 loader. So I have something better for you. Also, how can you really be sure that you are indeed running ARK-4 custom firmware? Well, just press select and voila, you will have access to the VSH menu, which is 100% sign that you're not running the OFW or the original firmware. So now let's try to make the ARK-4 firmware permanent. How? Well, we need to start the ARK-4 CIPL flasher. All right, hit the start button, and now we are going to enter the CIPL flasher menu. Still reading here, and we are now here. New CIPL installation. By the way, you can see that the IPL flasher will detect the version of your console. In my case, yeah, this is 1G because I'm running the original PlayStation Portable. So here we have a few options. Press X to install the CIPL. Then you can press the round button to restore original IPL, and then we have the trigger button to install the classic IPL or the right trigger to cancel. What I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna press X to install the CIPL. And you can see, flashing complete, installation complete, and restarting the device, which is a pretty good sign, right? Well, let's see if the device is going to reboot. Yeah, and it did. So now I have to verify once again the custom firmware that I'm using by just going back to the system information and checking the menu. Let's go back to my system information and confirm that we are indeed running the CIPL. We are, right? Because right now my MAC address is hidden and I can see here the version is ARK-4 CIPL. But let's not stop here, right? I mean, all the hustle. Yeah, now we have to go back inside our memory stick, and there is one last step, and I guess this is self-explanatory, but I think you got it correctly. We need now to run the ARK-4 full installer, because this is going to make the ARK-4 firmware permanent. And this is actually what we want to achieve, right? Inside the ARK-4 full installer, we're gonna have 4 options: install, uninstall, install FATMS371 mod, or exit. But of course, I'm gonna select the first one, which is install, and I'm going to hit the X button again. So now the ARK-4 full installer has started. All right, just wait a bit. Voila, this should be it. Now, I mean, so fast, come on. Well, we need to confirm this. After the installation, let's go one more time inside the system information, and here it is, guys, 6.61 ARK-4 CIPL. And remember, this was also the message we've seen last time, but this time, to be 100% sure, I'm gonna go inside my VSH menu with the select button here, and I'm going to choose shutdown device. Alright, this is going to now completely turn off my device, and now I'm going to restart it. And if the ARK-4 firmware is still on my device, this means that you have permanently flushed it. Now I'm back in the root folder of my PSP, and I will create a new folder called ISO. And here inside is actually where you need to store your goodies. So now let's try to disconnect my PSP from the PC. So now it's time to check if all the goodies are here. All right, this is everything system related. Oh, okay. First one is here. Some Sega. Haha, here as well. Some more very entertaining things are here as well, as you can see. And yeah, also this I know. And at the end we do have also the God of War Ghost of Sparta. Just for the sake of testing, I'm gonna start my game and see if the game will run, just to confirm that everything was successful. Now I don't have any doubts. I've done this process several times, not only on this original unit, but also on my Sony PSP 3004. And as you can see, it really runs as a charm. So I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. Absolutely mind-blowing, as you can see, Ghost of Sparta. So guys, I really hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if that's the case, you might as well want to check my Sony PS Vita video. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, VST over and bye.